What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another student interview. You guys have been loving these, so we're just going to keep pumping them out with all of our students. They're making 10K or above in sales. So today we have a good friend of mine, actually, Mr. You want Tiger or Kishan?
Kishan. No.
We got Mr. Kishan Ramchandani.
Close
Did I
enough.
do it right?
Ramchandani, close enough. Just a
Ramchandani.
little bit more emphasis than you need. But
Kishan literally lives in a frat house in college, makes 10K a month, and is a member of my actual team for Closer Cartel, is a very, very, very skilled salesperson and really, really good friend of mine. So I'm excited to talk with him today, guys. How are you doing, bro?
Doing good. It's Money Monday. Happy Money Monday to everyone.
It is Money Monday. We got a packed calendar too. We're gonna have a lot of calls today. So let's start this off just like we do the other ones. Where are you from? And tell people a little bit about like what do you do right now? Like you're in school and very unique situation for someone as good as sales that you are.
Yeah. So my name's Kishan Ramchandani. I'm 20 years old and I live in Tampa, Florida. I go to University of South Florida. So I'm only 20 years old, but I am graduating 2 years early to kind of get away from everything. But like Luke said, live in a frat house and take calls from here. And I am a sales coach for appointment setters and closers in Closer Cartel, and then also close for them as well. So that's what I'm doing.
Amazing. Living in a frat house. And let's say this. What do you make per month at 20 years old living in a frat house?
Anywhere from like 10 to 12.
Which is crazy. That's $120,000 to $130,000 a year.
And it'll go up from there too.
And it will go up. And no degree, 20 years old, and you're actually a massive, vital part of our company, which does millions of dollars a year. And obviously, we sell high ticket offers, which is amazing. Let's talk a little bit about how did we even get in touch? How did you get into Closer Cartel, and how that happened?
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of viewers will probably know my brother Sanjay, but so he's honestly the reason why I am where I am today. But he started getting into online business, and then he met both of your guys' good friends, Ben, through a group called Maxi, and they started becoming best friends and everything like that. And I saw how much money they were making, and I always knew that I wasn't gonna go like a 9 to 5 or like a regular job type of route because I was selling stuff before when I was teenager and stuff like that, getting autographs and the whole memorabilia thing. But I knew I wasn't going to go a regular route. And then he was like, or my brother and Ben were like, okay, you should like start, but it's not a good idea to like start like an agency or anything like that. So I'm happy that I had people that have done it before and told me pretty much, yeah, don't do that because it's going to take you a lot longer than it needs to be. And then they're like, oh, because Ben wasn't really like best friends with you, but like he knew of you. And he was like, oh, you should join this guy's program. Like he's legit. And I was like, okay. And then actually it wasn't even my money. Sanjay like gave me a loan because I started doing appointment setting on my own, but I got like scammed out of my time for like 3 weeks. I was like appointment setting for some random dude that never even had an offer. It was actually really, looking back, I don't know. I was like, holy crap. But hopped into Closer Cartel because Sanjay was, honestly, he was like, dude, I can't watch you do this anymore. This is getting hard to watch. But he was like, all right, take this money, go invest in the Closer Cartel. So I was a student since 2022, January, was on many different offers, not many, like 3 or 4 different offers for all of 2022. And then you and Sanjay started becoming really, really good friends and probably like end of last year. And then you asked me to come on the team as a coach. And then I was on another offer for a while and then started closing for you as well, and then it just made sense to go all in and go full time with this.
So absolutely. And you don't have to say the name of the offer if you don't want, because obviously I know, but the offer before us, because I don't want people to think like, oh, he bought your program and now he sells your program.
I get
I don't want people to think that. Like, what were you making as you were only an appointment setter for them, right? What were you making working with them?
Anywhere. So it was so up front like 5 or 6K as in a setter, but like it was recurring stuff. So like I think the best month, like once I got all my recurring payments, it was like 8 to 9-ish after all recurring payments and stuff like that, but just very inconsistent. I love the company so much, but it was just super inconsistent. And I knew that even like I knew it was helping people, there just wasn't conviction behind it because I never had went it through it. There was conviction behind it, but not as much as it would have been if I went through the program myself. So that's why selling something like Closer Cartel is super, super easy for me, because I know it's not for me.
Yeah, and that's huge. Conviction's everything. That's a massive deal. So I mean, bro, you're like 6 months into sales. You're making 8, 9, 10K a month.
Like a year.
A year into sales, you're making 8, 9, 10K a month. Is that normal in your eyes? Because obviously, I don't want to be telling people things. I want to get your perspective. Is that normal, or is that to be expected if you just work hard?
It's normal for the people that do everything they need to go ahead and do that. If you're gonna hop into a program and be like, all right, yep, I already succeeded, I paid X amount of money, I'm already good to go, then don't get in this game. But if you're willing to practice, just like any sport, like if you like, a lot of people ask me like, how long is it going to take to get good at sales? I don't know, dude. I don't know how long it's going to take you to get good at basketball. Some people learn quicker, some people learn shorter, whatever. But if you're willing to do everything in your power to get good at something, like sales is going to be your best option to start making money as soon as possible. Like there are kids that will make 10K in the first like 2-3 months. But obviously there's not everyone will, but the people that never, I ate crap for a long time in sales. And if I quit, I never would have been in the position I am today. So if you're willing to grind stuff out, but at the same time, be in the best vehicle to make money as soon as possible, then get into sales.
Absolutely. When you got into, and I know obviously like you sell it now and we believe in our product 100%. So it's kind of a funny question, but when you got in, what were the biggest things that helped you as far as, cause you said you were kind of struggling on your own and then you obviously got into ours. What was the biggest thing that helped you?
Definitely, I would say the community. Like even the person or two people that I'm moving in with have came through Closer Cartel. I've invested into other coaching programs because of people that I've met in Closer Cartel as well. The community was a huge thing, because thinking about it too, like now, like if I wanted to, I'm going to keep using basketball, but if I wanted to get good at basketball, would I just go to the gym and start chucking up a bunch of half court shots and trying to do it on my own? Probably not. I want to be around people that are on the same journey. I want to learn from people that have done it before. And it does lessen the gap by months and months and months. So even though if you're putting an upfront investment, what's more important, your time or your money? It's and even 3K, it's a little bit scary for your first investment, but there's what I've learned about our demographic in specific, especially me talking for college students, nobody does anything unless they put their money on it.
Oh yeah, I agree 1,000,000%. You give something for free to somebody and they won't use it.
Yeah, 100%. So putting money on it, even though it technically wasn't even my money, it was my brother's money. Like putting money on it, I was like, all right, I have to make this work. And honestly, like I would say the community, and then obviously just getting the head start. Like it's very clear on what to do. It's just like if you were getting a weight loss program, like, all right, you're gonna eat this, you're gonna eat this, you're gonna eat that, you're gonna do this exercise. It's very clear on what to do, but all you have to do after that is just actually fucking do it.
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on here, but oops.
Yeah, we say whatever we want. It doesn't matter. I agree 1,000,000%. And I mean, even at the price point right now, like I'll transparently say, because it's on our website, it's $3,000 right now. Probably I think we should raise it sooner, to be honest, because we're closing too well. But with that being said, in the last week alone, on our wins page on our Instagram and in the community, I've seen like 18 people make more than that in a day.
Like dude, there's a kid that made $32,000 last week. And I was like, you're literally making a teacher's salary of a whole year in a week. And like no other industry, I don't care if you learn from Closer Cartel or whatever, no other industry is gonna allow you to do that quickly. I don't know the kid's situation off the top of my head, but I'm sure he's been in sales in less than like 6 months.
That's like the 10th. And I say 10th only because of the people that share wins. There's some people that don't share wins. They just like get in and go have success. That's like the 10th person I've seen pull a multi-5-figure month or week at like 20 years old. And they've only been in for a couple months, which is absurd. I don't think you can do that with anything else. Like you start an agency, cool. You got to slowly build your MRR up. And then you can lose a client, and then an MRR goes away, and then it's not all profit because you got to be paying people. Like it's just not, it's just not the same. Let's switch a little bit to obviously I in my opinion think you were very, very good at sales, which is not something I give to people lightly. I think most people suck at sales, obviously. What would you tell people? Because I ask everybody this question. What would you tell people that are watching this and they're kind of in that, like, I'm looking at all these different business models and I'm watching like this guy on YouTube, I'm watching this guy on YouTube, and he's telling me to do this and he's telling me to do this. What would you tell to those people that are kind of on the fence about not just sales, but maybe investing into a program like ours and the thought process behind that?
Mm-hmm. So in terms of investing in the program, like, again, it's gonna cut off months, even years maybe, and it's gonna put your back against the wall depending on how much capital you have saved up. So I think all those things are great for pressure and urgency, because especially a lot of our kids in our demographic, like, the worst case scenario for them is they do go home after college and just go work a 9 to 5 for a little bit and then transition out and or not transition out, but like get their own spot when they're like 25 or 26. But like most of the kids we talk to don't want to do that, but they just don't think they have any other option. This will be, no matter if you join Closer Cartel or what, this will be your best option. But if you want this now, investing into coaching, just like any other sport, will be your best move. And then I would say anyone that's on the fence about sales in the first place, like, if you're going to start drop shipping, you need money. Obviously, I know there's course and stuff like that, but you need money. Like, you're probably going to lose money for 6 months or whatever. I've never done it before, but I just know
you need a lot of capital. Everyone's is lying.
Exactly. So agencies, like, you're going to have to learn sales. You're going to have to learn marketing. You have to learn copy. You're going to have to learn 10 different skills. And if you're already scared about learning the one skill of sales, like, it's just, you're going to crumble. Yeah. And how I look at it too, like, knowing this, like, I know confidently what I've learned in sales. I could go start an agency right now. I could go start something. I could go start consulting because of the skills that I've learned. And I just didn't try to skip steps. I learned one skill, and now I know, even being it for literally a year, I know I can go start a business and be successful because of what I've learned. I've learned a sales process. When you learn sales, you start learning stuff about marketing. You learn how to manage people. You learn how to do 10 different skills by just getting good at one. And I don't think any other skill allows you.
It's the fundamental basis of all skills, which is amazing. Okay, Coach Kishan, someone wants to be better at sales, and you had to tell them like 1 or 2 things to focus on. What would you tell that person? B2C sales, kind of like what we teach, high ticket. What's the 2 things they should focus on that will 100% help them close more deals?
Objection handling and tonality and conviction. I think those are the reasons why I'm able to close. I think this month I'm at like 95 or 100%, but why I'm able to do that, because tonality, and I did a live call on this yesterday, like I was saying some absurd stuff, but the tonality I'm saying it could be joking or it could be very serious. And if you don't know how to control that, in sales, what I've learned is you're paid to ask uncomfortable questions. That's your one job as a salesperson. And if you're asking uncomfortable questions in a very bad way, you're just going to piss people off. Yeah. But if you're able to have your tonality and your conviction behind your voice, like, dude, do you want to continue to live the life that you've been running away from for the past 10 years, or do you want to make a change now? Like, when I say it like that, or like, yeah, dude, you've been running away from this life for 10 years. Like it's different.
Yeah.
So like, you have to know how to control that, or else you're just going to come off as not a nice guy. And that's not your job in sales. It's not to be mean, but it's to hold people accountable for the stuff that they want from themselves. So conviction and tonality for one, and then objection handling, because no matter how good you are at discovery or just asking questions, whatever, like, if they don't feel that, if they're not 100% certain that your process can 100%, if they don't like you enough and they don't feel that you're genuine enough and that you're actually not in it just for the money, but you're in it to actually help them, they're not going to buy from you. And I've literally had people on our calls say like, hey, like, I've looked at other companies, talked to different people, and nobody filled me up with, not a weird way, but nobody filled me up with enough certainty as you did. And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense, because I'm super confident in my process, but I'm also super confident in our process in Closer Cartel. And a cool thing about it too is because I'm at hand, like, if I get someone into our program, I'm also, as a coach, responsible for their result as well. So it gets me to be better in every aspect of life as well.
100%. And that ties back to just having a good product too, man. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are at sales. If your product sucks, you're not going to believe in it, because deep down you're going to know that you're selling shit to people.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it'll creep up, and it's just not a good look. But we don't have to worry about that because we are the best. So let's wrap it up here. That was 16 minutes. Guys, if you're curious about joining, literally book a call. You might even talk with Kishan. And how do those calls go? We don't hard sell people. We're literally going to ask you questions, see if it's a good fit for you. And if it is, cool, we'll show you how we can help. If not, then we'll just try to point you in the right direction, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like sometimes with my prospects, like I don't even like to call them prospects, but like I'm best friends with some of my students. Again, I don't like to call them.
It's weird. It's weird. Yeah.
But I don't like calling them that. But like literally how some of my calls go is like they're like, oh yeah, can I just like FaceTime you? And like I've closed deals through FaceTime because I'm just like I'm very like personable, and I'm very like I know that like I don't know where I'm going with this, but like our stuff is not very like you're not gonna feel any pressure on that call. We're gonna hold you accountable to the things that you want to do. If you don't want to do this, then we're not gonna tell you to. If you do,
we don't want you inside anyway.
Exactly.
We got a sick community. So good interview, bro. Guys, if you like this, please like, comment, and we'll make a couple more of these as well this week. But thank you, brother, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.